Jupiter. Jupiter's going to call a timeout. Didn't like the setup they had with 6:05 left to play. Well, it's a big fourth down, a big 4th and 5 with the score in the game 21-7 in favor of Seminole Ridge. Looked like Jupiter had possibly gotten a pass interference on the second down, but no call. And now they are faced with a 4th and 5, and this is huge down here. And kind of wonder, a lot of times when you take that timeout, Bart, it's to discuss, do you want to really go for a field goal? And they've got Jerez who's got a good foot on him. This ball's at the 15. So you probably put it about, it'd probably be about a 32 to 35 yard field goal if they wanted to try it, certainly within Jerez's foot, but they'd rather have the football here with the playoffs on the line, trailing by 2 touchdowns.
And the big question becomes for them, what kind of confidence do they have in their defense and their offense going forward? Do they feel that it's, even with a little more risk, is it a bigger reward if they could stick the ball in the end zone right here than just settling for the 3?
Same offensive set. They didn't change anything there. The snap is to Garland. He wants to pass. He's going to fire the ball. He's got a man out there, and he goes up and he makes the catch. Touchdown, Jupiter. Right at the very back of the end zone. Is that Piccarelli again? I believe it is. Wow, he just went straight up in the air and came down with it. A 4th and 5 from the 15. And now it is 21-13.
Very nice play there by Piccarelli, able to go up and and catch that football. And if they can kick the extra point here, they will be within striking distance.
Snap is high, it's down, kick is up, and it's drilled through. 21 for Seminole Ridge, 14 for Jupiter. And we've got ourselves a ball game. So everything that went Seminole Ridge's way in the first half has not been the case here, and it's really been some difficulties, Bart, that have been caused by trying to field kickoffs. And you and I have talked about it all year long, that has one thing that this coaching staff for Jupiter really likes to keep the opposition guessing as to how they're going to kick the ball off. And Doug Usolini, the head coach at Jupiter, has got a man in Jonathan Jerez who can do just about anything you ask. And right here, now you might just say, hey, defense, we're going to put it in your hands. Kick it back to the 20 and make them go 80 yards.
Try to give them the worst field position possible. And if you're not comfortable in your coverage, see if you can kick this thing into the end zone. Or try to put some air under it, give your coverage team some time to get back there and stop him for not too much, and try to keep him try to keep it to the somewhere between the 20 and 30 yard line to give the Jupiter defense their best opportunity.
Well, the way they're deployed, it looks like he's going to try to bust this one. And he does. He gets a high spiraling kick that's going to go into the end zone, and it will start Seminole Ridge at their own 20-yard line. I like that right here. Let your defense play. They're fired up. Your team's fired up, but now you got to really you got to go out and you got to try to get them 3 and off the field, Bart. You can't. That was a key play in that first half when they were faced with a 3rd and 15 and got a 27-yard play. Went from the 45 to the 28, and that was a killer in that particular drive, and you can't hardly allow any more of those.
Yeah, I like that decision on the kickoff to kick deep. He had the wind at his back, sticks him at the 20-yard line, no chance of a return. And you tell your defense here, look, you've started this second half playing well. Keep it up. We're in this ball game. Let's see what we can do.
Here's a handoff to the running back, and he's got some room as he takes it up to the 25. It looked like number 6, Kareth White, the man that they gave the ball to that time, and it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 5 at the 25. They like the misdirection with those small backs. Been a little surprised, really, Bart, that we didn't see them use that fullback more tonight. Tanner Zaske, he's a load at 5'11", 220 pounds, and now they've got him, I notice, in the ball game now. But he's a guy that they can throw the ball to or run him either way. And a lead blocker, he can do a lot of things for this Seminole Ridge football team.
Yeah, he's a big guy, and for Seminole Ridge, they need to try to get back to what they were doing very well in the first half, and that's creating some holes on the ground and getting through the line defensively, using their size to wreak havoc on the Jupiter offense and defense if they don't want to give Jupiter more opportunities to get in this game. Stop here by Jupiter getting the football back. They're driving with a chance to tie this score, and are eons away from where it felt it was just 6.5 minutes, 6 minutes and 25 seconds of gameplay ago.
So DeCosta brings them onto the field. They're looking at a second and call it a long 5. Football resting at the 25. Tight formation, single man on the far side. If that's Rattray, he's been a tough man to cover all night. Instead, they hand the ball off, and somebody shot the gap and dropped the ball carrier for a gain of about 1. They got it off to Elian, and he was dropped by one of the upbacks and a gain of 1, and you're looking at 3rd and 4, and boy, this is huge right here.
Big third down play coming up right here. They would love to get a stop, but this is where having a balanced offense, which Seminole Ridge has shown, really helps them, because now Jupiter can't sell out one way or the other. They can't say, look, they're going to pass this ball, or look, they're going to run this ball. They've got to make sure that they've got some coverage out there. Although looks like Seminole Ridge is coming in pretty tight.
Tight formation, the full house backfield behind DeCosta. 3rd and 4. He's going to hand the ball off to Elian. He tries to get to the outside. He does. He turns the corner, and he's got the first down, and he ran right over a defender for Jupiter. Well, they did a good job, Bart, of stringing it out, making him go toward the sideline. The only problem was nobody came up in run support to keep him from turning the corner, and a big first down keeps the drive alive for Seminole Ridge. The football marked at the 34-yard line, a gain of 8 on the carry.
Had a guy chasing him from behind, couldn't catch him, and then he ran over the defender that was in front of him for a couple extra yards. Good gain for Seminole Ridge and a first down. And what Jupiter needs to do right here is come up with a big play on first down to try to get that momentum back. They're probably a little bit deflated after that. They felt they had a chance to make the stop, didn't do it. See what they can do here.
DeCosta hands the ball off in a big hole as the running back squeezes out for a first down, and that was number 8, Rattray, who carried the ball out to the 44-yard line. I'm going to say that that's a first down.
So not able to get that big stop, and they are going to go ahead and motion for that to be a first down. And big play, 10 yards on that one, and Seminole Ridge driving. The fans were up and loud just a couple minutes ago. This has quieted them down on these 2 first downs in a row, and Jupiter's got to find a way to get the momentum back here and quick.
Now the fullback's a wide out on the far side. Twin receivers on the near side. Man in motion. And they're going to hand the ball off to the running back who's up to midfield. That was number 2, Darrell Hickman.
They catch the ball on that handoff, and they get to full speed quick and hit that line running. And a nice gain there on first down for them. As, like you said, the ball is placed right at midfield.
That was a gain of 6 called 2nd down and 4, a long 4 for Seminole Ridge. 3 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. 21 for Seminole Ridge, 14 for Jupiter. Jupiter defense needs to come up with a big play, but all this is being done right now on the ground by Seminole Ridge. Rattray is the lone wideout here on the near side of the football
field.
Single
coverage, only 1 safety. This might be a time to try to make a strike deep.
Oh, and a big hole, though, for Elian right up the middle as he knifes his way down to about the... Oh, he got a tremendous... His knee was down at the 45, and they're going to almost spot him at the 43. That was a horrible spot. Wow. They gave him 3, but he got... Or gave him 7, but he got 2 extra yards after his knee was down. He had the first down anyway, but boy, that was not a good spot at all. He hit and bounced 2 yards, and they gave it to him. DeCosta now in the shotgun. Wants to pass, fires the ball over the middle, and it was deflected by Jupiter and then caught by Rattray. Wow, it's been that kind of night. It went right off the hands. I believe that was Garland. He got both hands on it, knocked it up in the air, but it was caught.
Had an opportunity there to create another turnover, and nice completion, though, in the end, as the receiver was able to keep his attention and catch that football, and nice gain for Seminole Ridge as they continue to drive.
Split wide receivers. They've got a man in a slot the far side. Running back on that left shoulder. Man in motion. They're going to hand the ball. Going to come back to this side of the football field, and a nice run and a first down. Not sure. That might have been Rattray that got that ball. Boy, they like to use him all over the field, so they've got an impressive drive going here. Ninth play of the drive is going to be coming up. Football spotted where? At the 31. Gain of 4, and it's 1st and 10 from there. This Jupiter defense just not able to come up with the answer here to stop them, and they need to. They desperately need to stop them and not give them any more yardage, although they probably are already in field goal range. DeCosta up under center. Has a wide out to the far side of the field. A man tight on this side. Jupiter showing blitz. Now they hand the ball off right up the middle of a huge hole for the ball carrier. Busts down to the 20. First down.
Quick handoff there. That's one of the things. Seminole Ridge has varied the time. Sometimes the quarterback gets the ball and it's immediately in the hands of the running back. Other times the guy's coming across the field. It takes a second or two for the play to develop, and Jupiter kind of sitting out there spying to see how that play develops, and this time very quick, hit the hole, big gain, another first down, and into the red zone.
Well, that's a great point, Bart. Their pace on offense has been hard to read. DeCosta now in the gun. He's got twin receivers far side. They're going to overload this side. He's going to hand the ball off back to the short side. They run the other way and still carry the ball down inside the 10-yard line, the ball carrier. And that's Hickman. He's not a very big guy, but he would not go down. Daryl Hickman at 5'7", 160 just refused to be tackled. Carried tacklers on his back to the 8. That's a gain of 12.
Yeah, that was a very, very powerful run for another first down. They'll have 1st and goal now inside the Jupiter 10-yard line, and that brings us to the end of the third quarter.
21-14, Seminole Ridge with the 7-point lead, but about to answer Jupiter's score and go back in. They're trying to go 80 yards, and they're 8 yards away from pay dirt here with 11 plays. So just what the doctor ordered, and most of it, Bart's been done on the ground. In fact, I believe all but one play has been on the ground. And that one that wasn't was a pass that was deflected by Jupiter, but found its way into the arms of the would-be receiver anyway.
Yeah, so even the one time they put the ball in the air, it was successful, and this has been a long, sustained, powerful drive. Just what they wanted after giving up 2 quick scores. Jupiter would have loved, they had that third down play earlier way back in Seminole Ridge territory. They would have loved to convert it there and kept the momentum on their side. And it really deflated the momentum for Jupiter very quickly whenever Seminole Ridge came out, got 2 quick first downs. The stands were rocking, people were stomping, yelling, screaming, getting into this ball game. It was a 1-touchdown game, and those 2 first downs quieted everything on this side of the field. And Seminole Ridge just hasn't stopped, and now they are knocking on the door.
1st and goal from the 8. DeCosta is under center. Twin wide receivers this way. Man in motion. Hand the ball off, and going in for the touchdown. Spinning in is the ball carrier, and that might have been Elian. It was, and he scores again. 8 yards, 11:53 to play in the fourth quarter, and it makes it a 2-score ball game once again with it 27-14.
So as quickly as Jupiter fought their way back in this, Seminole Ridge takes a 2-score lead here right at the start of the fourth quarter.
Snap is, they had a little trouble with it, but got it down. The kick is up, and it's good, and it makes it now 28-14. The 14-point lead for Seminole Ridge after the 8-yard touchdown run by Elian at 11:53 of the fourth quarter. Make sure you're on the winning team when it comes to your financial future. Contact Richard Lepore at Signature Financial Solutions at 1375 Gateway Boulevard in Boynton Beach, and set your course for financial security. Phone 561-596-2743. After tonight's game, stop by Cheeseburgers and More in the Jupiter West Shopping Center on Indian Town Road and enjoy one of their great burgers and your favorite beverage. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Cobalt Computer Consultants, located in the shops of Jupiter at 201 North U.S. Highway 1 in Jupiter for computer training, lessons, and repairs. Phone 561-623-0533 or 561-880-5685. Member Apple Consultants Network. And Uncle Mick's Bar and Grill at 6671 West Indian Town Road in Jupiter features live entertainment every Wednesday and through Saturday night. Here's the kickoff. And it's going to go deep and into the end zone, and Jupiter will start at their own 20, 1st and 10, as Davis watched it sail out. And this is where Jupiter has had problems tonight, is going in the long field, Bart, whenever they've had to do so. And right here they're going to have to try to go 80 yards. We saw Seminole Ridge do it in a very impressive drive of 11 plays, when they went 80 yards and scored on a 8-yard run by Elian to push their lead back to 28-14.
Jupiter really needs to answer here, and they need to answer by sticking the ball in the end zone and put things back on their side.
Garland back to pass, overthrows his receiver, and lucky to get a hand on it. That looked like it was going to go to the defender, and whoever was out there, if that might have been Piccarelli, was lucky he got a hand on it, because otherwise I think it would have been intercepted.
He had some room initially, but Garland put some air under that one, didn't throw it on a line, and that gave the defender some time to catch up. And after the ball went off the hands of the receiver, Seminole Ridge almost able to run under that ball and get a big turnover.
Even with that, they still are playing pretty tight, our Seminole Ridge, so Garland might be able to throw the ball again if he can just get a little bit of time from his offensive line. And they're going to snap it to Davis. He tries the right side. Boy, not much there. He did crack it out across the 20, maybe the 22. It looks like they're going to mark it at the 22. So he picked up 2 yards, and he got whacked, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8.
You got a lot of guys in the box for Seminole Ridge and playing pretty soft with the one receiver that's going outside. It'd be interesting to see if Jupiter could run a quick slant toward the middle and maybe get some running room and turn it into a big play.
Right. Here is a snap to Garland. He's got time. Now he's flush. Now he's chased. He's hit, and he goes down at the 11 or 12. And only one man was in the actual pattern, and he was double teamed. No way to get the ball to him, so they had that's really not Griffin's fault there. He had no chance.
Yeah, there was nobody to throw to that time. The one receiver that they had out wide was double covered, and it was good coverage by Seminole Ridge, but no opportunity for him to even put that ball in the air. And he did the right thing, tucked it under, because had he thrown it, would have been even more yards lost plus the loss of down, and they'd be in a very similar situation.
4th and 17. Jarrah is standing in his own end zone. He's had trouble here tonight. Will they try to block another one? He needs to boom one, and he gets a high snap, and he is not going to be able to get rid of it, and he's tackled for a safety, I believe. I don't think he got out of the end zone.
Mark it right at the goal line.
Well, they'd have been better off if he would have been tackled for the safety. Instead, they're going to mark him at the 1. He was not able to punt it, and Seminole Ridge is in prime area to get their 3-score lead back.
Yeah, they got about 4 inches to go in 4 plays after that, and it's looking like they're pretty much going to be able to put this ball away with about as short a field as you can have to start an offensive drive.
Right. And that punting back there, and that really was not Jonathan's fault that time. He got a high snap, and he was afraid they were going to block him. But again, he's trying to take the 3 steps, and there's just not time to do that. He needed to just drop that on his foot and kick it right away. Now DeCasa's going to throw the ball, and almost intercepted, but turns into a score as it is caught out there by Elian, I believe, or was that number 8 that made the catch? Pernell Rattray, I couldn't tell, but I think it was Rattray, and they got the score.
Surprised me there, putting the ball up in the air.
Well, it almost backfired because one of the Jupiter players had a had a shot at it, but
rather than a
couldn't come up.
three-score game, it very easily could have been a one-score game.
Right.
Oh, extra points blocked.
So it stays 34-14. I think that's what a lot of the prognosticators had picked as the final score. And Jupiter will try to answer here, but boy, I tell you what, they had a lot of momentum, but that 80-yard, 11-play drive by Seminole Ridge took a lot of starch out of their sails when they got that.
Changed things for them very quickly, and at this point, it's going to be incredibly tough. Need a very quick score, and then probably an onside kick recovery to have any opportunity of getting back into this game.
Well, I'm sure that the coaching staff from Seminole Ridge has told their kicker, their sophomore kicker, who's very impressive, by the way, Jacob Curran, kick it into the end zone and make them go 80 yards. Even if they score, they got to use a lot of time. There's only 9:55 left in the game. Here's the kick, and it's a pooch kick. Fair catch is called for and taken right there at the 33 or 4 yard line by one of the Jupiter up men, and it looks like they're going to set the ball on the 33, so that's where they will start, 67 yards to go. Actually, Seminole Ridge might have done him a little bit of a favor there, Bart. Gave him pretty good field position. I don't know why he just, I mean, we know he's got the leg to put it in the end zone.
Wind at his back.
Yeah, why not? Why not make him go 80 yards? Because time is really the enemy of Jupiter right now, and the ally of Seminole Ridge leading by 20 points, 34-14. Here's the snap to Davis, tries to get outside, but he's tackled from the backside at the 31-yard line, a loss of 2, 2nd and 12. He evaded that first tackler, did a nice job of it, but the backside pursuit was terrific by Seminole Ridge, and they dropped him for a 2-yard loss.
Seminole Ridge is playing now more like they did there in the first half, and it's almost appearing as though it's kind of a hiccup to start the second half more than a trend that was going to continue.
Garland back, wants to pass, gets flush, rolls to his left, going to have to tuck it, and will get hit, got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 12, and that's all. Nobody, you're not going to be able to pass the ball because you only have one man in a pattern and he can't get free. So the backs, if nothing else, have got to release and go upfield to at least try to give him somebody that he can come to and check off, but that didn't happen.
The coverage has been great by number 10 and the safeties out there. They've doubled up a lot of times whenever they have decided to pass, and they've left him totally covered to where Garland has no opportunity to throw to him, and there's been nobody else to throw to, so he's had a rough time even getting the ball out of his hands.
Here comes Davis. He's doing a lot of running, but it's side to side. And he does get the ball up to the 35-yard line. He gains 4, where it'll bring up a 4th down and 8. And that'll bring Jonathan Jarrett on to kick the ball away. He'd like to boom one here and get it to set down back inside the 20-yard line, and he's capable if he stays away from the 3-step kick and gets it away. He needs a good snap here, Bart. He didn't have one the last time. There's the snap right on the numbers, and again he takes that extra step, but he gets the kick away, and it's going to hit and take a Jupiter bounce back inside the 30 and then roll dead as it came back out to the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 for Seminole Ridge, who are 7 minutes and 36 seconds away from advancing to the playoffs.
Yes, as we've said, a big game, and Seminole Ridge came out 21-point lead to end the first half. Jupiter made a game of it, which the way things were going in the first half didn't cross our minds much that may happen, but they made it 21-14 and had a 3rd down play on defense with an opportunity to get the ball back with a chance to tie this game, but then a couple 1st down plays in a row by Seminole Ridge, and the momentum has stayed with them, and they have outmanned the Jupiter offense and defense since that point in the game and have re-upped their lead to 20.
Yeah, they've got their comfort zone back now. They're going to hand the ball off. Elian runs straight up the middle and takes the ball out across the 35 up to about the 37-yard line. That's a gain of about 6 yards on first down. That'll bring up a second down and 4. Not only that, everything you said on that, Bart, but also they had a chance, Jupiter did, at an interception. They had their hands on a football that they could not pull in, and it bounced off those hands and found its way to a receiver for a big first down. Or they could have had the ball back there, trailing by just 7.
Yeah,
but
had a couple opportunities. The ball just hasn't quite gone their way, and now they're sitting in a very difficult situation.
DaCosta's going to be hit and sacked. Somebody came off the end on a corner blitz and dropped him back there and got to him. That might have been Parrish. He got to him in a heartbeat. And let's see where they're going to drop the ball or spot the ball. Looks like the 28-yard line. A loss of 9 brings up 3rd and 13.
This was about the spot on the field that Seminole Ridge got that big play, 3rd and long earlier in the game to give them a first down. Jupiter here definitely needing a stop on this 3rd down.
I'd come with a corner blitz again, I think. I'd certainly think about it. They're going to run right up the middle, but he's chopped down, and a good play by Garland, I believe, the linebacker who came in and drops him at about the 32-yard line. So a gain of about 4, but it's going to bring up a 4th down and 9, and Seminole Ridge will kick the ball away with 5:56 to go. Jupiter will, or somebody will spend a timeout here to talk it over. Jupiter would like to get the ball back. It'll be very tough for them to score 20 points in 5 minutes and 56 seconds, but I think it's important to Coach Doug Uccellini and all of his staff that his team keep playing hard. And, you know, they've done that all year long. You know, they've really fought in every ball game, and they've made it interesting. They've played a very good-looking Park Vista team and only lost 1 game at the time, and really had a lead on them at the end of the first quarter. They battled Palm Beach Gardens a couple of weeks ago in a very good ball game, a game that they had opportunities in as well, and they've battled here tonight after they got down 21-0, came back, cut it 21-14, and then said, hey, go 80 yards and score. But Seminole Ridge did. They said, okay, we'll do that.
Yeah, they answered the bell and have shown that they do seem to have a little bit bigger personnel, if nothing else, especially on the line, and that's made it tough for Jupiter.
Here's the snap, and the rush is on, and he sidesteps and gets a good kick away under duress. That's going to take a Seminole Ridge bounce. It's fielded by Jupiter, but then the back is wrestled out of bounds. That was a great job by Curran, the sophomore, who got some rush but did not worry about stepping up. It's what we talked about earlier. He got to the outside and then kicked the ball. Sometimes you have to do that. You can't just have a mindset, I'm going forward every time, and saved a big play.
Yeah, that ball was almost blocked, almost gave Jupiter really, really good field position, but it ends up being a really nice punt and sticks Jupiter down close to the 20, the 21-yard line here, where they're going to have to start their drive, and they are going to need to try and score as quick as possible.
5:19 to play, and got a problem in the personnel. Now a flag thrown. It's probably too much time. Jupiter couldn't get the right, and you can't. That's not what you want to do here is start off. This will back it up to the 16-yard line. Before they can even get started, they're penalized. Didn't have the right personnel out onto the field. Had to run a man in and a man off. And now it's going to be 1st and 15 from the 16-yard line against a ball club that is rock solid. Not much that you can point at that this Seminole Ridge team needs to work on, Bart. They are impressive.
No, I think that'll be a very good game between them and Palm Beach Gardens. If that's the way this ends up.
Look at this ball carrier. He's at midfield. He's at the 40. He's got a man to beat, and he's going to take it all the way down. No flags on the field. Touchdown, Jupiter. and tried a little misdirection. It was that Markeith Dokes that got that ball coming off the end around. If it was, he scored the touchdown. We'll try to pick that number up as he comes over, or was it? No, it was Davis. Jerome Davis took it down, wasn't it? Number 5. Put him in motion, and he runs it back for an 84-yard touchdown run. Wow. Did he show some speed?
He outran everybody on the field, that's for sure, and that had a long way to go. Able to score the touchdown after a rough penalty to start that drive, and now needing the extra point here.
Chera's on to try that extra point. Snap is good. Stand. Kick is up. And the kick is good. So with 5:06 left to play in this ball game, the score is now 34 for Seminole Ridge. Jupiter 21 will be back. Or well, we'll stay right here. But boy, they will be back to playing on defense to get back and try to get in this ball game. But man, that was explosive, Bart. That was quick by, I believe, Davis. I know I said Dokes at first. It's so hard to pick those numbers up. All we have is a little bit of yellow outline to try to pick them up, and that's almost impossible from as far away as we are. I'll tell you what, it's a lot easier to get the number of the personnel whenever they're on the road. We can pick those white jerseys with the green numerals up a lot better.
Yeah, for sure. And that now Jupiter, it'd be interesting to see what they do here on this kickoff. They still need 2 scores to be in this ball game to tie or take the lead in this ball game with time running out, just over 5 minutes to play. So it'll be interesting to see how they play this, whether they want to kick it deep, try a pooch kick, try to kick this ball in the air, try to onside the kick. We've seen it all out of Jupiter.
If they want to try an onside, Bart, the place to do it is on the right side of this hash between the 40 and 50 because there's nobody there for Seminole Ridge. Let's see what Jonathan will do. He has it teed up, and he will try to kick it this way. It's in the air, but it's caught by Seminole Ridge. He saw the seam he wanted. He went for the spot, but he just didn't get it over the lineman, and it's grabbed by number 55 for Seminole Ridge, who went up high for it, 54, Tyler Luketz, and that was a heck of a play.
Yeah, good hands on that play. That ball was spinning, and he really caught it pretty good. That's one of them where if it would have got that second bounce, but he stepped up, he was able to catch that ball and prevent Jupiter from having any opportunity of recovering that one. And now with 5:02, Jupiter going to need a quick stop and get the football back here with Seminole Ridge taking over at midfield.
DaCosta's the quarterback. Zach DaCosta, the 6', 180-pound senior, and he's had a nice ball game tonight. He will be under center. And he's got a man in motion. Going to hand the ball straight ahead, and a huge hole for Elian as he carries it all the way down inside the 35, down to the 3-4 yard line. 17-yard burst, 1st and 10.
Big play for Seminole Ridge to start their drive, and that's very deflating for Jupiter, not able to recover the onside kick and then give up the big play on the first play from scrimmage on this drive to Seminole Ridge.
I'll tell you what, I have not seen a team all year long that runs as hard once that ball is snapped to the line of scrimmage as this Seminole Ridge ball club. And that's one reason why they run the ball so well, Bart. They're under a full head of steam when they get to the line.
They hit it running 100%.
And they're going to hand it off to Elian, and he's going to try to turn the corner, and he is ridden out of bounds. It looked like they were going to stop him shy of the 30, and he carries it to the 26. 7 yards on the play. He's impressive, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got some speed and he's got some power and able to get outside and just keep running, get forward momentum going, and carried the ball out of bounds at about the 26 here. And
I'm going to give him 8, call it 2nd down and 2. 4:23 left to play in the football game. 34-21. Seminole Ridge Hawks with the lead. They'll send Rattray to the wide side of the field, far side of the football field. Elian is behind DaCosta. Now they overload that side. DaCosta wants to pass, throws the ball out and overthrows his man, and it's dropped by Jupiter. Had a chance to intercept it.
Really kind of surprised Seminole Ridge is putting the ball in the air right here. I mean, time's on their side, and they have the ball in Jupiter territory. And they've been successful on the ground as well, but excuse me, electing to go to the air here again, and almost a turnover, which wouldn't have been what they needed in this situation.
I believe that the quarterback is James Parson. Now, I don't know if he has been all night, and I've just misread the number, but he is the man that's in there now, number 15. He hands the ball off to Elian straight ahead, and they're trying to move the pile, and they may have done it successfully to get the first down.
Yeah, it looks like where the spot's going to be. It's going to be close. Looking at the far spot, it looks like he is going to have the first down.
Trying to see where they're setting the ball down and putting it on the 23-yard line.
Yep, they go ahead.
And that's definitely a first down. He only needed 2 yards, and that would give him 3. So, yeah, it's a 1st and 10 for Seminole Ridge. So James Parson III, a 6'5", 205-pound junior, is the quarterback. And he'll come up under center. He's got a wide receiver to the far side, a man in motion here on this side. Going to hand the ball off, a little misdirection, and not much there as the ball carrier is dropped. And that time, number 4 into the ball game, kind of titter-tottered a little bit. Areste Ruiz, and he is brought down for a 1-yard gain. So the ball to 22 brings up a 2nd down and 9. And Seminole Ridge is trying to get that clock to tick down. It's going to go under 3 minutes before they snap here. They lead it by 13, 34-21. Twin receivers far side of the football field. From the shotgun is Parsons. And a man in motion, and they're going to hand the ball off to the motion man. He's grabbed and wrapped up, and he's going to lose even more as he spun away from the first guy to hit him, and that looked like for Jupiter, number 45, and that is Anthony DeMarco, and he couldn't pull him down, and then he...
Even though the whistles didn't blow, though, they're spotting him where he first had his forward progress stopped rather than that second time, so about 2 more yards than what he maybe deserved.
Well, I'll tell you, you and I have seen that, we've seen that officiated differently in different games. Some will give you, but the whistle should have stopped it, yeah.
The whistle hadn't blown the first time he stopped forward progress, so it's really that second time, but they ended up spotting it where he had gotten to initially.
3rd and 14 to go. Throw the ball. They got a man wide open to touchdown. Number 6 got wide open, and that's Kareth White, and he went straight down the field, and the ball was thrown to him. There was nobody within 20 yards of him, and it's a 27-yard touchdown.
Had plenty of time to throw the ball, and even more time to catch it, more room to catch it, I should say, as there was nobody around him. Putting the ball up maybe caught Jupiter off guard in that situation, and that is pretty much going to do it for this game, I'd imagine.
Well, it gives them 40 points, and now they'll try to tack on the extra point kick, and they do, and it makes it 41-21. But that was the gamble that Jupiter had to take. They had to try to recover that onside kick, and then when they didn't, they gave Seminole Ridge a short field, and not what you want to do against this fine ball club as they took advantage of it. So instead of getting to the point where you had a 28-34 ball game is what you're hoping for if you can get the ball back. It goes to 41-21 as Seminole Ridge takes care of business with just 1 minute and 50 seconds left to play in the game. Now Jupiter will close out the regular season next Friday night against South Fork, which will be their last game of the year, but it will be a home game and will be senior night. And this game tonight will drop them to 3-6. But still, Bart, it's been a fun year. It's been an exciting football team to watch. They've been pretty much in just about every game.
I mean, 3-6, but definitely, couple of those wins, really all three of those wins, fourth quarter comebacks, but many of their losses in very close fashion as well. And they've played some good football, especially at times, both on the defensive and offensive side of the ball. And they were in this game in the second half, and this, of course, their biggest game of the year, the way it shaped up, with a chance to play for the playoffs, and just not going to come out with the upper hand here tonight, and going to end their opportunity to play for something more than just their record.
And it looks like they're trying to get Markeith Dokes out onto the field. He's going to be the wide receiver on the far side of the football field. So Jupiter now, it looks like, they're going to try to put it in the air. They've got twin receivers. There's actually single receivers on each side of the football field. Garland gets the snap, wants to pass, looks left, throws the ball out there for Markeith Dokes. He's going to go up for it. He's hit before the ball got to him. Boy, they're very lucky, Seminole Ridge. They didn't get flagged there because it looked like the defender came over the back to me. Maybe just a hair before the ball got there, but the official right on top of it says no, incomplete pass, and they'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Very, very close. The way it ends up is a great defensive play there in the secondary by Seminole Ridge, and Jupiter quickly running out of opportunities.
This time we got a single wide receiver. He's on the bottom of the screen here. Going to give the ball off to Davis, and he is ankle tackled in the backfield at the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10, clock ticking under a minute and a half. No real sense of urgency. Jupiter seemingly accepting their fate in this ball game.
Seminole Ridge, as we said, will move on. And they know they'll play in the district because they and Gardens will be the two teams. Here's a ball dropped by Garland. Picks it up, wants to throw it, fires it. He's got a man out here, and he goes up high and made the catch. Good catch along the sideline. Who was that caught that? Was that Dokes? Yes. Markeith Dokes with a good first down grab. You know, and then you kind of, you hate to second guess anything, but where's Markeith been all night long? He's out there looking good, and he's looked good the past few weeks, and that ball out to the 34-yard line, so that was a 14-yard pickup. Now we have split wide receivers each side of the football field. Seminole Ridge comes up to press, give the ball to Markeith Dokes, tries a running play, and gains a couple. We'll bring up a 2nd down play here. Looks like the football is going to be spotted at the 38, so gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Clock down to 40 seconds. And running. Dokes now on the far side of the football field. Twin receivers on the near side. Garland has the snap. Looks for Dokes. Gets flush. Steps up. Going to take off and run. Gets grabbed. And he'll be hit and go down at the 41-yard line. A gain of 3, and that may, I think they're going to stop the clock. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 3. Garland saw a lot of running room in front of him, but somebody reached out and grabbed him by the jersey, Bart, and snapped him back, and he couldn't get away from that.
Yeah, from what I saw, it looked like he had two options. It looked like he had a man that was open a few yards up, but I also saw the hole there, which I think he saw, but somebody was able to reach out, grab him, bring him down before he could get a whole lot of ground gained, and Jupiter takes a timeout here, stops the clock with 25.7 to play. Just going to try to gain as many yards and maybe end this game on a positive note going out here in their last district game.
Well, the Warriors spotted Seminole Ridge a 21-0 lead in this ball game, and they did it with 2 blocked punts, or deflected punts. They really weren't blocked for scores, but led the short field in the score, and then an onside kick, and that all stood up to a 21-0 lead at halftime. Then they fought back, and they made it 21-14 with 14 third quarter points to Jupiter, but now it's Seminole Ridge leading by 20. Here's Garland back to pass. He's got a lot of time. He's wanting some people to move, lobs it, and then out of bounds. He wanted
Jupiter actually winning the second half, 21-20.
Yeah.
Just that first half, those 3 really pretty quick strikes in about 7 minutes of game time. Game clock for Seminole Ridge was enough to make it very difficult to overcome. So Jupiter fought hard here in this second half. Made a game of it a couple different times, a couple opportunities. One almost an opportunity to tie the game, another with a chance to make it a one-touchdown game again if some things had gone different. So not completely out of it until late, and it's really been a pretty good ball game.
And they're going to run the ball right up the middle and get a first down. Went on the direct snap, did a lot of, that'll stop the clock for a minute. I'm not even sure who got that football. Parrish, I think, on a direct snap. Got the first down as he took it up to the 48-yard line. That was a gain of 7. And it's a 1st and 10, and Jupiter's got 11. The clock has started, and now they're going to stop the clock because we had a player that had problem with I think equipment. That was Parrish. 9.1 seconds left, and we'll see if they want him to put any more time on that clock. It's going to be a 1st and 10. Football at the 48-yard line of Jupiter. Well, the Warriors spotted Seminole Ridge a 21-0 lead. Came back, made it 21-14 at the end of the third quarter, but then Seminole Ridge has outscored them 20-7 here in the fourth quarter to take a commanding 41-21 lead. But again, Bart, we've talked about Cody Wilson, a man that Jupiter has missed since the Wellington game when he got shaken up and had the meniscus problem with his knee. And he is the guy that allows you to stretch the field and is the big play guy that you've got. And it's really been tough playing these last few games without him because you got to feel like your offense would have been a lot different with him out on the field.
Well, it would have been interesting to see him and Picarelli, I believe it is, on the field at the same time.
Because they haven't done that all year.
As soon as he came back, they lose Wilson, and where they could have had maybe a double big play threat or some guys that would complement each other very well. They never were able to test that. As soon as Picarelli came back, Wilson goes down, and they've been shorthanded all year.
Now here we go. They give the ball to Markeith Dokes. He wanted to run with it, but nowhere to go, and the ball game has come to a conclusion as Seminole Ridge will defeat Jupiter here tonight in this district battle by a final score of 41-21. As we were 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. A block punt led to a score for Seminole Ridge, and then they got another block punt that led to another score, and then recovered an onside kick right after that, and they led at halftime. Seminole Ridge did 21-0. Jupiter came back with 14 points in the third quarter, made a battle. They battled back, made a game of it, 21-14, but then could not stop Seminole Ridge's running game, and they were outscored 20-7 in the fourth quarter, and Seminole Ridge wins it 41-21. Our congratulations to Scott Barnwell and his staff over there at Seminole Ridge. They do a fine job, and they got a good football team. And for Jupiter, it's 3-6 now on the season with one game to go with South Fork next Friday night, and then we'll move indoors, Bart, for some basketball action.
Yeah, it's been a good football season. I think the team has performed up to expectations and really been very, very close to performing beyond expectations. Really been in almost every game in the second half. I mean, not something where they've been out of it since the kickoff all season. I mean, once again, we didn't see the Dwyer game, and Dwyer, one of the toughest teams in the nation, period. But they've been in pretty much every game and are probably a little better team than the 3-6 record alludes to. I mean, you're always just as good as your record, but they look like a team that is right on that cusp of going from a walkover almost. I wouldn't say a walkover necessarily, but a team that other teams come in saying, hey, this is a win, to a team that all these teams, no matter how good, or how well they're playing, they cannot take lightly. And for a program that has not necessarily had a lot of football success in the past, could maybe be something to build off of for the future.
Yeah, that's true. They've been competitive all year long, but they drop it tonight to Seminole Ridge by a final score of 41-21. That's going to wrap it up from Jupiter. I'm Brent Weibel saying so long till next time.